Hey, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Your man, Franklin Donnie D, is back right here at Behind the Curtain, Pasadena Media. I know you know me from Donnie D Soul Sundays, Donnie D Soul Gumbo, and all the books I've written, but it ain't about me today. It's about my guest. And I am blessed to have with me today man who's been around the world, known around the world, and I've seen a couple of times in my lifetime, Mr. Ronnie Laws. Hey, man.
All right.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Doing
All
good.
right.
Yeah. It's good.
You know, it's a trip, man, because I remember seeing you with Earth, Wind, and Fire at the Palladium. I don't know what year that was, but I think it was with the Mighty Clouds of Joy.
Right. And I think Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a standing room, standing only at the Hollywood Palladium. And you was back there doing some of that great stuff. But anyway, we'll get to that. Tell us who Ronnie Laws is, man.
Well, it's a long story.
Yeah,
Started
okay.
way back in the day out of Houston, Texas, when I was, as you're probably aware of, I was raised in a musical environment.
Definitely.
Background but I started when I was about age 11. I taught myself. Used to hang around my brother-in-law. He had just gotten out of the military, and he was a wannabe sax player.
Yeah,
so I used to follow him around and just observe what he was doing. I'll never forget one day, I was over at his place, and he took a little break, put the horn on the couch, and went in the kitchen to fix some lunch. Okay. And I picked the horn up, and immediately I was able to construct the C scale. And I heard something break in the kitchen. He was like really blown away. So, yeah, it was at that point he said, "Look, you can keep the horn. It's yours."
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And so I cherished that moment, and I just like I said, that's where it began with me. And I went and purchased a method book and really learned the fingerings, all the fingerings, and then being encouraged by such mentors in the neighborhood. The Crusaders.
Oh, okay, let me get to there, right there. Jazz Crusaders.
Mm-hmm.
You know those guys?
They were my homeboys.
Yeah.
Wayne Henderson lived right behind us, and they would rehearse often at Wayne's place.
Is this here in Los Angeles?
No, this is Houston.
Houston, Texas?
Yeah, Houston.
Okay.
And so I would, sometime I would wait after school. I went to elementary school right across the street, and so when school was out, I would run over there and wait on them because I knew that's where they would rehearse.
Okay.
And so I would just wait for them, and when they got there, I would just sit in the corner and just observe all that they were doing. And so they mentored me, and along with my brother Hubert.
Well, okay, well, let's get into that for a minute. Hubert Laws, Deborah Laws, Eloise Laws. Am I missing anybody?
That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Ronnie Laws, ladies and gentlemen. So, who else was like mentoring and other people that you grooved into?
Well, Houston or Texas rather, has a tradition of outstanding saxophonists.
Is that right?
Yeah. In fact, one of the iconic players, his name was Arnett Cobb.
Okay.
And I used to assist him because he played at the club circuits, but he had to play on crutches. He had an accident and it crippled him. Okay. And so I would assist him and help him put his horn together, and he would actually play on crutches. So and he used to call me his boy because he appreciated me doing that. But I learned a lot from him. It wasn't just being around. It was his technique, the way he played.
I think that's what God put you there for, to learn all of that, man.
Yeah.
To get all of that inside of you. Yeah. Now, I'm just gonna say this, and anybody knows me knows, when they talk about groups, there was a lot of good ones, the Funkadelics, the ISD Brothers, Commodores, you name it. But mine was Earth, Wind, and Fire. You talking about Cool in the Gang? Mine was Earth, Wind, and Fire. How did you get involved with Maurice White, man?
Well, when I just arrived in L.A., I did a lot of freelancing. Mm-hmm. And I was actually in a group under Doug Kahn. pianist.
Doug Kahn, yeah,
And his wife Jean Kahn.
Jean Kahn, right.
And he was good friends. Doug was good friends with Maurice.
Okay.
You know, and at some point, you know, when I was, I guess, you know, the word was out that Maurice was looking for a saxophonist, and unselfishly, you know, Doug recommended me.
Right.
I don't think he was trying to get rid of me, but he.
Take it.
but he recommended me, and I actually went to audition. But I was I was in for a shock because I thought I was going to be a part of a horn section. Because I mean, all the groups had horn sections.
Right.
You know, and so, but when I got there, you know, Maurice said, just play something, you know, and but after he heard me play, he said, well, you know what, I'm deciding to just go with you, just the one horn player, you know, just one horn. I was shocked because, like I said, I was expecting to be a part of a horn section.
And it worked.
Yeah, it was a genius on his part because that was very unique. I mean, that was, it was sort of unheard of, you know.
Wow.
And so, but it set a precedence because after I left, you know, they brought in Andrew Falk. Yeah, Will Falk. Yeah. So, and that worked for a while. But then, you know, he eventually went to the, you know, later on,
Phoenix Horns,
bigger production, Phoenix Horns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rom and them.
Don Myrick and
Rom Lee, I think the trumpet player's name was. Okay, but okay, Earth, Wind and Fire. Those are the beginning days.
Right.
And you were like at the door. You was at the beginning of EWF.
All right.
Now, Last Days in Time. I love the album cover, I swear. And then the music's even deeper. Golly. You were on that album, weren't you?
Well, I actually co-wrote the melody on Power. Wow. That was the first single that was released, and it turned out to be a pretty big single.
Yeah, it was.
On the East Coast particularly.
Yeah.
You know, I never got paid for that.
Join the rest of the crowd. Hey, I was talking to somebody from Rick James's group, and they told me the same thing. But, well, I don't want to get too deep into that, but inquiring minds would like to know a little something. You know, I've always heard about a lot of musicians, especially keyboard players. They'll put a song together, give it to the main artist. Next thing they know, that album comes out, and their name is written on there as writer, publisher, producer, everything.
Right.
You know, and I guess that happens a lot. But one group told me, they said, well, he did that, and I accepted it because he took us from Buffalo to the international stage. So I had to, you know, go along with it. But, you know, it's all part of paying dues, I guess.
You can say that. Yeah, you can say that. That's the way it was in those days.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, I attributed a little of what happened, you know, to the decision I made, you know, not to sign with the group because they had just signed with, well, Clive Davis signed them. You know, we did a showcase for him.
Okay.
And so, you know, they were all excited, and Maurice wanted me to sign through his production company. And so I had a decision to make. I've always had aspirations to be a solo artist.
And it worked for you.
Yeah.
Don't work for everybody.
Yeah. If there were, you know, had I not made that decision, and that was a crossroad decision.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Crossroad.
Yeah.
That's a good reference. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I at the time, I'm gonna have to correct. You know, I wasn't in the group. That's when I left the group.
Okay.
But I was at the show.
Okay.
I was at the show.
That wasn't you on sax?
No.
Was that Andrew?
No, it wasn't Andrew. I don't think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the alto. Was that alto sax?
That's soprano.
Soprano sax.
Yeah. Maybe it was him. It could have been him because
Okay.
he's from Denver. You know, him and Larry and Philip, they all came from the same school.
Yeah, right.
Out of Denver. You know, but I was there, and after the show was over, I mean, I knew they were going to be an epic group. That was clear.
Right.
You know,
right.
But I had a decision to make. You know, whether I wanted to, you know, keep moving forward with that or pursue my solo, you know,
So,
thing.
who did you sign with on your first solo gig?
Blue Note Records.
Jazz label.
Yeah, Blue Note Records.
Blue Note Records.
Iconic.
Yeah,
label.
like name some of the guys that was on Blue Note.
Well, you had Donald Byrd.
Yeah.
You had all the, you know, the early patriots like John Coltrane,
Was Miles ever on
Harvest
Blue?
Silver. Harvest Silver.
Or Silver.
Yeah.
Song for my father, baby.
Yeah. I don't think Miles may have been featured on some of the Blue Note albums. I'm not sure whether he was actually signed with them, but he could have been.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
So I understand that you hooked up with Hugh Masekela.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about Hugh Masekela, man.
Well, it's really interesting how that even developed because when I was in college, back in the late '60s, when Grazing in the Grass was a big hit, I'll never forget, sharing with my classmates. I said, because we were like outdoors on the, listening to music, and I said, one day I'm going to play with this guy.
Yeah, that folks.
Yeah.
Your dreams can come true.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
So when I left Earth, Wind and Fire, I got the call, through Wayne Henderson.
Okay.
Wayne was actually playing drums with Hugh Masekela.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was
and
Wayne was a
the
drummer?
trombonist.
Yeah, but he played drums
He
too.
played
huh?
drums for Hugh Masekela. So he said, Ronnie, he contacted me and said, Ronnie, he was getting ready to tour, and they're looking for a saxophone, because that was Hugh Masekela's thing, trumpet and tenor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'll never forget the day, a couple of days before rehearsing with Hugh, Wayne gave me a couple of Hugh Masekela's albums. He said, you got one day to learn all this. One day, so I woodshed it and learn all the lines, and when it was time to rehearse, I knew the front line just as well as he did. And he was blown away with that.
I bet he was.
Yeah, he was really impressed with that.
So you have some new stuff out now, right? Some new music.
I do. It's a real exciting project. I mean, it's produced by some really talented young producers.
Okay.
Out of Atlanta and Texas, and it features. Well, it's 3 singles actually.
Okay.
The one that the first release was called Focus, and it features the Outlaws. Tupac Shakur's group.
Tupac Shakur's group, yeah.
It's a great video, a great track.
Well, not to cut you off right there.
All right.
But you mean it's called Focus?
That's what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to focus right now on Focus by my man right here, Ronnie Laws featuring the Outlaws. Check it out.
Yo.
Yeah.
Brand new music.
Summertime always give me extras.
Ronnie Laws and the Outlaws.
Summertime always give me extras. Summertime always give me extras.
Stay focused, baby. Complete package, money in my game good. Baggage free, don't get it misunderstood. You gon' have to step your game up to run with Edie. I bring a lot to the table and I know you greedy. I can see you holding back, trying not to need me. Independent and I love it, so let's make it easy. Do your thing, show me that you work it. I got a passion for that body, let me see you work. Earning purses and trips to exotic places. You know I'm busy, so I ain't got time to chase you. 2 more shots, I'll probably be trying to taste you. Give me some now, and I'ma say the rest for later.
She gon' focus on me tonight. She said she gon' focus on me tonight. She said she gon' focus on me tonight. She said she gon' focus on me tonight.
Yeah, this time ain't free. Every minute counts. Pulling up, bumping Outlaws and Ronnie Laws. We like to party with top notches and centerfolds. Pack a bag, little mama, we going on the road. Authentic, some vision is what your game missing. Plan, plot, strategize. Let's go out and get it. Yeah, you win some and you lose some. A million ways to get paid, you gotta choose when I need you. Focus on me in the bag, do what you gotta do, so I ain't gotta be in your ass. Teamwork, make the dream work. Let's get this cash, I ain't talking about forever, baby. Let's make it last, come on.
Somewhere else I can be. She knows. She said she gon' focus on me tonight. She said she gon' focus
Okay. Who put the video together, man? I seen the young brothers doing their rapping and you and playing the sax and looked like a fun time. Tell me about that shoot.
It was a lot of ad-libbing, really.
What? Oh, okay.
But they've obviously, had a history of doing videos.
Okay.
So it was like they did a lot of ad-libbing, but it worked though. It worked together.
I heard.
Yeah.
They had a nickname for you. Tell us what that nickname was, man.
Well, one take, old school one take.
Old school one take. And that is paying homage, man. One take. So tell us about what happened now.
Well, initially this project was a part, my son.
Yeah.
And it was really his project.
Oh, okay.
I was doing my thing, fishing and grilling.
Hey, there you go.
And anyway, the project sort of got a little too big for me, so he asked me to come in and be featured on a couple of the tracks. So when I got in, the studio, everybody was out, in the visiting area, and they ran the tape, and it just took me one take. I heard what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they were like, Wallen in particular. He was really the producer.
Oh, okay.
Emmanuel Wallen.
Yeah, I talked to him today and a couple other times.
So he's the the producer on that, but he was blown away because he was just saying, man, we've never seen anybody do that, because usually you have to do a couple of takes.
Yeah, well,
they
were dealing with Ronnie Law. They dealing with Ronnie Law.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me you said it's 3 songs. Give me
well, there's 2 other featured singles.
Okay.
One is it's featuring a very talented vocalist. Her name is Leona Harper.
Okay.
And the other is featured a vocalist out of Houston, Mashonda. And one of the singles is called "I Never Left."
All right. Now, what you said that it was actually who now?
One of the singles is "Message to My Friends."
Okay.
And it's featuring Leona Harper.
Okay.
Yeah.
"Message to My Friends." That's the 3 ones that you.
The third one is featuring Mashonda, and it's called "Friends."
Ladies and gentlemen, I got another video from Mr. Ronnie Laws. I want you to check it out right now.
Now look, that's what you want. That's what you want.
We not up on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But she like how I move. She got off of a cell phone. She can groove with daddy. Talking about smooth heartbreaker. I love what you like. I like it when you say ooh, too. You got it. I like it. We get to do it. We got to groove. She won't. She got to move. I'll take her. Heartbreaker. You're not from around here.
I've seen you before.
You must not know where you are.
Yeah.
Say you gotta work in the morning. Ain't too early for me. I ain't gotta work. Check out my tunes playing.
Yeah, that boy singing back there.
She gon' be open, alright. Check out the cruise too.
Just watch it.
Yeah, I know what she like. I'ma give it to her. A smooth. I know what this joker like. It was smooth. I love what you like. I like it when you say ooh, smooth. You got it. I like it.
How was school?
I'm just a mess, now I'm just a mess, and you're just a person that changed my life. Good day in my mind, safe to take a step out. Yes, I'm in now.
Music can help you express how you're feeling. When you can't find the language, find the lyrics.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
All right, okay. Getting back to the man and the music. When did you do this video, this CD?
It was the middle of last year.
Middle of last year?
Mhm.
Is this the first time you've been out in a while, or
Oh no, I've been
been
you know,
recording a lot?
Well, I've done special live concerts, and I participated on other projects.
Okay,
you know.
so you've been busy.
Absolutely, yeah. Mhm.
So you have any shows or anything coming up?
Well,
in the
I got a couple of shows. One is in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
That's coming up in July, and but then in May, I'm being honored in my hometown of Houston. I'm being given the keys to the city by the mayor, and as well as a state recognition.
Is there gonna be a Ronnie Laws Boulevard? They need to be. Somebody put it out there.
But it's a whole week of activities.
Okay,
So
so
it's going to be quite a week.
That's
So,
great, man.
yeah.
That's great. How long you been in Los Angeles?
Oh man, about 50 years.
About 50 years, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know. I'm born and raised here, and you know, people used to ask me when I was doing background TV work, man, you from LA and you're not a star yet? It's not that easy, baby. You know, it's like people come here from around the world to get into show business, and people like me been here all our lives and haven't made it, but you got blessed, man.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah, you got blessed. And so are you working with any other new talent right now?
Well, just this project.
This project right now.
For right now. In fact, it's going to be a sort of a mini production when I do perform, because I'm going to feature these,
That's going to
these
be great.
Yeah.
I would like for you to let us know when you guys are performing that, so I can promote it.
Thank you.
And we can come on out to the show.
Love it.
You know. Yes, indeed. Well, Mr. Laws, do you have any? Okay, I know you have a son that's into music. What's his name?
Jamin.
Jamin. When Jamin was here, and they were changing up, I went in the back where the change clothes at, in the back. This dude is sitting down, writing, and he's doing something else on the computer. So I asked him, I said, man, what you doing? He said, man, I'm working on music. Everybody, and I was impressed by that.
Wow.
He was back there working on music. Everybody else was laughing, joking, and telling jokes and stuff, but this dude was serious.
Well, he's very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him, and I look at him as the next generation.
Yeah, and I think he was wearing a hat like that.
Could have been my hat.
Right. So has he traveled with you and watched everything that you've done?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done that. I mean, that goes way back when he was like 17.
Rock and roll baby. He was traveling with you.
Yeah. So he's had the exposure.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: how is show business raising a family for you? Were you on the road a lot? Did your family come with you? Or sometimes show business. I know when I was doing a little bit of traveling and doing things, I couldn't even focus on nothing but the music. Yeah. But that was me.
Well, earlier, you know, when I started touring extensively, you know, I had to prioritize certain things.
Right.
You know, as far as, you know, the family.
Right.
And then there's a spirituality thing.
There you go.
Know, and
there
so,
you go.
you know, it was always balancing that out, you know, and it was pretty challenging. Pretty challenging, because I mean, traveling can take I've seen it break a lot of guys.
Yeah,
Artists. I mean,
I bet.
they get out there and then, you know, they want to go home.
Yeah.
You know?
Where mama? Mama! Yeah. You know, Terry Crews goes to the church that I go to, and he was on, he and his wife were doing a thing for the church, just talking about show business. And he was saying how show business in Hollywood, you really have to have your spirituality right, and you have to really be just like you just said.
Yeah.
You got to be focused and prioritize things, get things right, and how you want to run your life. So, I know, man. Hats off to anybody that's in this business, that's doing well. Keep doing well, and just keep your stuff together. Yes, indeed. So, what was that third? There was another. You have another video that I want the people out there to see right now. And matter of fact, before we do that, where can people get your music at?
Well, online digital platforms. You know,
all of them?
Yeah, all of them.
And how can people contact you on social media?
They can go to Instagram.
Okay.
INL_ Ronnie Laws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any Facebook?
Yeah.
Facebook also.
Facebook as well.
Okay. And I want y'all to go and check out that CD, Focus.
That's it.
Donnie D's sending you there right now. Let me know. All right, it's been fun.
Absolutely.
We got to run. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today has been Mr. Ronnie Laws. But before we go,
I have a gift for you.
Oh, what do you have?
This is a seafood fish batter that is incredible. I mean, incredible. I want to give you that as a gift.
Oh, thank you.
And it was created by a restaurant owner in Bakersfield.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so I know you're going to enjoy it.
I'm going to enjoy something tonight, and I'm going to hit you up on Instagram
don't
send you a picture.
Well, like I said, that fish batter is incredible. And I mean, it's out of sight. And actually make you want to slap somebody. But no, I didn't mean
there
that.
You go. Keep that slapping stuff out of your mouth, man. You know, everybody talking about that nowadays, man. You can't get away from that. Thanks, Will.